Hello and welcome to episode 8 of Sound Bites on Wisp Sports Radio. Sound Bites is a bi-weekly podcast providing you with practical information on holistic nutrition. On each episode, we feature a new topic to empower you to make healthier choices so you can improve your overall health, performance, and prevent disease. Welcome to episode 8 with your host, MC. This episode is going to be especially for endurance athletes because I am going to be answering a question that gets asked a lot and that I have actually experienced. And the question is, what should I do if I don't get hungry after long sessions? Now, you understand that as an endurance athlete, we have those weekends, those days where we have long sessions. And what happens if we end up undereating? We usually talk a lot about overeating, but I believe that there's not enough emphasis on undereating, and this happens to a lot of people. You just don't feel hungry after a workout, and if you are tracking your calories, you realize that you are falling short on your calories pretty often, which it's not going to be beneficial for your performance, your recovery, or your overall health. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is help you understand why this happens so that you get a better understanding and you can know what to do about it. The first thing I'm going to talk about are hormones. Now, there's this hormone that's called ghrelin, and it is a hormone that stimulates hunger. Now, when we exercise, it gets suppressed, and the result is lack of appetite. Now, you have to understand that hormones are directly related to workout intensity. So the harder and longer you exercise, the more blood you're going to be pulling away from the gut and the less hungry you're going to feel. Now, when you engage in a workout, especially a very intense workout, most of the blood is going to be directed to the muscles and away from the digestive system. So basically your stomach, it's going to shut down. So understanding that the hormone that stimulates hunger, it's being suppressed when you engage in those long exercise is helpful for you when you experience that lack of appetite. The second reason is heat. Every time you work out, doesn't matter if it's cold out, your body is going to produce heat. Now, if your body temperature is high, you might find it difficult to eat. It's just not appealing because your body's priority is going to be cooling down rather than looking for food. Now, another reason, and I will try to be as detailed as possible without confusing you, it's the amount of body fat that you have. If you have higher body fat, you might not experience a lack of appetite. If you have lower body fat, you may experience the lack of appetite after a long, intense workout. Now, this is due to a hormone known as leptin. And I will go ahead and share a link about this research so that you can read it in detail. But pretty much, when you have higher fat, you have more leptin. And you would think, well, if I have more leptin, which is the hormone that shuts off appetite, then I shouldn't be hungry. But the thing is that a lot of people who carry extra fat become leptin resistant. So they become resistant to that hormone. It doesn't really work that well. They don't respond that well. So if you carry more fat, you might not experience that lack of appetite. Hope that makes sense. But just know that body fat can be causing that lack of appetite, especially if you have that lower body fat. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, which I personally believe it's the most important, is how in tune you're with your body. How do you train your body? A lot of people don't have a good sense of what true hunger is. Now, just like you train to become faster, to become stronger, you also have to train to eat. A lot of people would think that that would just come natural. But if you're never fueling, your body's going to get used to you not fueling your body. And the results are definitely not going to be positive if you're trying to improve performance and achieve lasting health. Now, one thing that's particularly important is the mindset that you have. Are you truly not hungry, or are you avoiding food because you want to be lean? Now, when it comes to endurance sports, you're losing weight. A lot of people would avoid eating because they want to be lean. So this is a very important question that you should ask yourself. Are you truly not hungry? And that's really going to help you understand that under eating is not going to benefit you at all. It's actually not going to help you achieve those goal weights. It's only going to affect your performance and overall health. Now, let's talk about solutions now. What can you do? These are some of the causes, and again, this is not an exact science. Not everyone's going to experience this. This is specifically for people that experience that lack of appetite after intense workouts. What can you do? Number one, opt for liquids. Why? Because they're easier to digest, and they're also an easy way to get fast calories. This is also a good time to introduce supplements because you want to get those nutrients that you need, and it's a really good time to do it. But I would definitely opt for liquids. You can have a smoothie, you can have definitely electrolytes and just calories that are going to be digested easier. Number two, cool down your body. Like I was saying before, when your body temperature is very high, you are not likely to feel hungry. So you can do this by taking a cold shower or having a cold drink so that your body temperature will be lower and you can increase your appetite. The third thing is if you're worried, if you have been tracking your calories and you realize that you're under eating and missing a lot of calories all of the time, I recommend that you eat a little bit more before your workout or during your workout. Now, remember that during those big blocks, big sessions, you have to wait to do your workout after you have eaten so that you can absorb the food and so that you don't get gut distress of eating a lot and then working out right afterwards. It's just better for you to wait, so make sure you have a plan. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is practice ways to improve the communication you have with your body. Pause before digging in. Drink a glass of water. Learn to rate your hunger. Don't wait so that you're starving. So again, have a plan. Know exactly what you will eat after a workout. And don't worry if you don't eat anything right after. It's not like you finish the workout and 5 minutes later you have to be eating. If you're not hungry, you don't have to eat right away. But don't wait until it's too late that you end up either overeating or just like having so much food that then you get an upset stomach and you just don't feel good. So those are some of the tips I have for you today. And the last thing I want to answer, which is something that's sort of related to this, is should I eat whatever just to get enough calories? I personally don't recommend you get used to getting empty calories on a daily basis. And that's the key, daily basis. If your goal is lasting health, you have to understand that quality is very important when it comes to fueling. Now, if you eat a Snickers, a muffin, a piece of cake, whatever it is, every once in a while, it is totally fine. Just try not to make it a habit. And also see how you feel. If you have that Snickers and you feel good and you were like, wow, that's the only thing I wanted to eat and it worked, then it's okay to do it again. Again, not every day. But if you have it and you still don't feel good, then ditch that and try something else. Don't do something that it's not making you feel the best that you can feel. I hope you found this helpful, and if you would like more information, please visit my website provided on show notes. You can also email info@wispsports.com with any questions you may have about nutrition. There will also be links in the show notes accompanying this episode at wispsports.com. Just go to listen and click on sound bites, and while you're there, you can also find more conversations from the world of women's sports. Subscribe to Wisp Sports Radio on your favorite podcast player. I also want to let you know that Wisp Sports is running a Patreon campaign, which is sort of like a Kickstarter campaign for podcasters. Wisp is doing a lot to draw more attention to women's sports, not just triathlon, ski racing, but also sports like rugby, hockey, sailing, cycling, and more. There will be a link to the campaign in the show notes, and I hope you'll go check out the campaign and become a supporter so we can continue promoting women in sport. You can also post your comments and share on social media. Just look for Maricarmen Farias and at Wisp Sports on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Thank you for listening. Have an amazing day.